my God. Look at his balls. They are so big. He must be one of those gamer guys. Like, who understands them anyway?
What's up, meatbags? It is the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TG motherfucking D. And once again, I'm coming back with some words of wisdom. So a lot of people, they've been hitting me up. They said, Tony, we want to know what you think about that Amico special event from August 5th. And I got a lot of things to say about it. But, you know, if you just want a quick overview of my thoughts of how I feel about the event, I'm going to go ahead and just say it's a solid C minus. Wasn't nothing special, nothing too fancy. Didn't get me excited, didn't turn me off, but it really wasn't anything special. But that's if you consider it in a vacuum. You see, Intellivision, they put out 2 videos. One was 2 weeks prior to the event, one was a week prior. Now these 2 videos hyped the event up. They had Tommy's going out there busting up controllers, cracking jokes. He hyped it up. People were excited. They were ready to go. Video number 2 was kind of in poor taste, in my opinion. Took some footage from a documentary about a guy making a bear suit, superimposed himself in it. Guy's dead now, so it's kind of in poor taste, in my opinion. But I mean, other people, they seem to like it. They said, hey, this is funny. We're excited. We want this big event. And big event came, and it was postponed. Yeah, that was kind of odd. So they postponed the big event that they had been planning for at least 2 weeks by a day. And in doing so, they lost their coverage. They pissed off a bunch of people, and they got Pat and Ian to make fun of them. So I guess that was a win. Good job, Tommy. Well, let's talk more in depth about the event itself, because wow, like I said, solid C. They didn't really show anything we hadn't seen before. They talked to a bunch of people that, quite frankly, no one really cares about. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't care if you have someone answering your phones and doing customer service, and I don't really care about meeting the people who make the donuts. Just get the donuts made, get them on my plate, and I'm happy. That's it. I don't really care who's back there making games and writing the freaking dialogue. I mean, most of the time, no one even reads the credits of the games. So let's stop pretending like anyone really cares. As far as the licenses, nothing too special, nothing that anybody didn't see coming. Baseball, you got Sesame Street. Really nothing, like I said. It's just basic stuff that we expected Intellivision to have, to be able to get a hold of. Now, the reason given for this event being delayed, now that's where things start to get a little funny. You see, Tommy, he put up a little video day of the delay saying that something was in, then they took it out, and then they put it back in. But here's the thing. If everything was pre-recorded, everything was shot, I'm assuming at least a couple of days ahead of time, why didn't he just upload 2 videos? Make them both unlisted. You upload the 2 videos. One with the hope that you're going to get that thing in. The other with the expectation that you might not get it in. Then whenever you get the word, that's the video you publish. And no one knows that you have that other video on your YouTube channel. That's between you and all your internal people, and all the fans. They don't know, and no one's second guessing what you're doing. But apparently they couldn't figure out how to do that, so they delayed the event. And I'm saying that they couldn't figure out how to do that because day of the event, August 4th, they sent out press releases, and they forgot to tell a German outlet that the event was delayed. So they went ahead and ran the press release, and it detailed exactly everything that was going to be in the event, down to what new games were being showed, what partnerships were being named. Talked a little bit about Earthworm Jim. I think the only thing that wasn't really covered in the press release was the Evel Knievel family interview and a couple of seconds, I think it was like 38 seconds of Earthworm Jim running around back and forth. But other than that, the press release was spot on. In fact, the press release that was mistakenly uploaded on August 4th by that German outlet is the exact same press release that went out to outlets after the event. So there was nothing changed. It was identical. I know this because I have it. I was given a press release, like I'm always given press releases, because that's what happens when you're a journalist. So if Tommy wants to tell us that it was delayed because something was put in, I'm not seeing what it was. Maybe he can help me out. He can, if it was the Earthworm Jim footage, that made no sense to delay the event for Earthworm Jim. And I'm going to tell you why. See, even though the Earthworm Jim video itself, when it was put up in full HD, it's got more views than the special event. But here's the thing. He could have did that anyway. There was no need to delay the event, to show the Earthworm Jim footage at the event, and then go ahead and upload the Earthworm Jim footage by itself anyway. It seems counterintuitive. I mean, if you were just going to upload the footage anyway, you should have just did that the next day. Put a little title card on the end of your video. Hey, come back tomorrow, we're going to have Earthworm Jim footage. You wouldn't have pissed off all the people that were covering the event. You wouldn't have pissed off the fans who took off days and were really excited and looking forward to it. And you wouldn't have gave Pat and Ian even more ammo to go ahead and make fun of you. But I guess thinking ahead, you guys really, you dropped the ball on that one. And like I said, the Earthworm Jim footage itself wasn't that impressive. In the footage shown on the big event day, you guys still missed a couple of glitches in the gameplay. You admitted that there was stuff that wasn't actually in the footage that is going to be added later on. So it's not even complete footage. It's still like test footage. So you delayed the event for test footage of Earthworm Jim. I don't know. Sounds kind of suspect to me. But what do I know? I'm not a CEO of a big company. I'm just a asshole on the internet, talking shit, writing reviews, and generally being a dickhead. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the big event. It wasn't too great. Looking at all the stuff surrounding it made even less sense. And now you got a big delay, which everybody who had half a brain knew was coming. Even though Tommy kept saying it wasn't coming, we knew it was coming. Everybody knew it was coming. So you got 8 months, Tommy. 8 months to go ahead and right the ship, get everything going. So I'm going to give you a little advice. You need to learn how to take criticism. You're on the internet now. This isn't 1970, this is 2020. People are going to talk shit. People are going to say the worst things possible about your product, the worst things possible about you. But you know what? You need to smile, tell them thank you for the criticism, and just go about your day. Because if you try to micromanage, you try to go in there and yell at people and correct misinformation, you're just going to drive yourself nuts. You're going to drive other people nuts, and you're going to come off looking like an asshole. Because believe it or not, we expect nobodies to be assholes on the internet. It's expected. But you are a CEO. Whether you want to act like one or not, whether you want to say, oh, look, we're different than Nintendo, we're different than Sony, you don't get to talk to the Sony CEO. Yeah, the Sony CEO is not coming down to YouTube comments and calling people dickheads and saying that, you know what, you're misinformed about the system, or who cares if you don't like the way it looks. And that's a good thing. That's a thing that you shouldn't do. You shouldn't be going into comment sections, insulting people, even if you think they're trolls. Even if you say, you know what, this guy is 100% wrong about the product, he's 100% misinformed. Calling him names and saying that he's a loser or he's a hateful person, that's not going to win you any fans. That makes you look like a dickhead. It doesn't make the troll look like a dickhead, because everybody already knows he's a dickhead. So there it is. If you want this thing to succeed, you need to step up your game, stay out of the comment sections, focus, and just be on message at all times. Be on message. Whether someone's saying bad things, good things, be on message. But that's my advice. I'm sure you're not going to take it because you already said you don't like me. But whatever. I'm going to keep playing my game. Maybe have a plate of bacon. Call up my boy Pat on the phone. We'll have a little conversation. And I'll see you guys later.